Are you ready to take your live events to the next level? Look no further than Pulse Studio, your one-stop destination for cutting-edge design solutions. Their expert team of designers specialize in crafting beautiful 3D renderings, animations, and content creation for the live events industry that will captivate your audience and bring your vision to life. Pulse Studio also has you covered for interactive guest experiences, anything from touchscreen content to immersing guests in unforgettable virtual or augmented reality experiences, guaranteed to leave a lasting impression. From concept to execution, Pulse Studio is here to elevate your events to extraordinary heights. Contact them today by visiting www.pulsestudio.com and bring your dreams to reality. Are you ready to take your live events to the next level? Look no further than...
Welcome everyone tonight to the Core GT series here on CRN. My name's John, I'll be your broadcaster. We have GTPs and GT3s coming at you from virtual Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Hopefully I didn't murder the French too bad for our Canadian drivers here tonight. Which actually we have none. Tyler Gakeko is not here and missing another one. But coming at you tonight, looks like they've got one fast repair per driver here tonight. 17 X's before they'll have a drive-through penalty. They're running on 50% fuel and no cautions here tonight. That will be for our final 2-hour race to end the season. This is week number 9. So looking like some preliminary times getting put here up on the board. Nick Terrell currently 129.915 is your preliminary pole sitter in GTP. GT3 looking like Paul Casca currently holding it in the McLaren with a 137.323. Let's see if we can't find that flame spitting McLaren there. Let's go to TV1 here. Get that proper shot. Isn't that nicely done? Paint job by Parks de la Cruz. And let's look in here. And you know what? In the meantime, I need to do a little bit of housekeeping. We're going to... having to wait for a certain little thing here. A little bit of a hiccup there. And I'm sure this will trigger one. There we go. There we go. So while we're doing that, we're going to pull the points up here, and looking like that is in GTP, Dominic Ford leading the points over Mason Smith by 16 points after last week. Nick Terrell is 23 points back there. And then in GT3, overall leader was Tim Ponzi with 317. Jake Browder back there in second overall, 25 points back. And Dave Tilford, 81 back from that. So your platinum is the same as your overall now. Kevin Peake in the silver division at 208. Nathan Sides is 32 back behind him. And Alan Elwood, 37 back. Though I do not see Alan here tonight, or... No, yep, Nathan Sides is still here. And Tyler Bramble is leading our bronze division, 141. Tim Thompson's 30 behind him. And birthday boy John Crane, 40 back, third in bronze division. So, in case we were wondering how the shakedown has been, that's how the points are currently sitting. So, sorry for a little bit of housekeeping I didn't get done beforehand, so... hopefully you won't get too many stutters out of that. Checking in with chat here. Looks like Barry's already here to enjoy. All right. So Barry's got Ponzi in the GT3. Not a bad thing, but we'll see if James can finish a race here tonight. Looking like Ponzi only about 3/10 off the back of that. Let's see. What did James pick here tonight? James looking like that is the same paint job as Powell. Is that not correct? Yep. So James keeping everybody guessing whether it's going to be him or Powell here tonight. Tilford stopped in the pits in a Lamborghini tonight. Ponzi also in the Lamborghini, so a couple Lambos. Looks like we can see that new beautiful Corvette here on Jake Browder. Dairy Queen for him, and I saw Kevin Peake was also running the Dairy Queen Orange Julius paint job there. Jimmy Covert in the Mustang here in the Core Racing / CRN with a little sucks to suck on the top there. So good looking paint job on that one. Who else we got here? That is Craig Potter in the Mustang. Nathan Sod's not on the track. But it looks like we have just a minute of qualifying left. So it's still got Mason here on the track in that Wheeling thing. Oh. Almost forgot. Sorry, everybody.
He has less than 40 of them.
Had the chat enabled. Not supposed to have that one going. Let's see. So Barry going with Dominique in the GTP. Not a bad choice. Although currently looking like Mason Smith holding down provisional pole. Just a 10th of front of Dominique Ford there. So we will have to see how this turns out tonight. Yeah, definitely looking like it could be a race. You know, Tilford only 10th back there on Ponzi. So looks like Tilford's found a little pace on Tim there. As we have hit the thing, so let's find our, nope, it won't be that. It'll be this. Come on. Show me the grid. There we go. So Mason Smith taking pole in GTP with a 125.504. Dominique Ford a 10th back in second. Nick Terrell 9/10 back in third, and Daniel Nance 1 second back in fourth there. Going on to GT3. James Pierce taking pole with a 136.539. 3/10 back, you have Tim Ponzi in second. Half a second back, you got Dave Tilford in third. Jake Browder is fourth, about 6/10 back. Then you got Powell Casca in fifth, 7/10 back. Sahaj Padiyar in sixth, just over a second. Let's go back through here. Fozzie Fazillo, sorry if I butcher that too bad, is 1.5 back. Jimmy Covert in eighth. Kevin Peake in ninth. Craig Potter in 10th. Nathan Sides in 11th. Tyler Bramble in 12th. And John Crane. Not a good start for your birthday there, John, in 13th. But let's go up to Mason here. Let's find a good thing. Let's go to race. Let's hide pictures of people there as we will pull up Dominique Ford. Not yet on the grid there. There's the mystery machine of Daniel Nance. Let's see what we got here. Go back through here. Let's look at some of these paint jobs. James Pierce in that one. Okay. Yep. Ponzi in the Vigsy Motorsports. Tilford in that normal Tilford S paint job. Powell Casca in the same as Pierce there. Sahaj in that pink and blue Corvette. There's Jimmy's. And Fozzie in the WBM Motorsports. Craig Potter in the yellow and black Ford Mustang there. Nathan Sides in the Winchester Mustang. Tyler Bramble in the 212 Mercedes there. And John Crane in the Lamborghini. We will pull up here to the leaders as they go by here. Yes, let's find my There we go. So coming down, you can see exactly how long this straightaway is here on the, I guess, kind of back straight / front straight. You know, there's just a little chink in the middle. But, you know, I always kind of think of this as the back part of the track, but it's not quite really the back now that I look at the track turned around at the angle our track maker has it tonight. So, let's find our starter cam here. As we will go green, see the heat here tonight, or not tonight, today. There we go, and they are off. Catching Dominique trying to go to the inside here of Mason into turn 1. Not getting a lot of traction there. Looks like Mason is going to, well, maybe not quite clear him. Okay, he clears him here. Top 3 going into that. So James Pierce going down into turn 1. Lifting the inside tire of that McLaren. Whew, sorry there. And Tim Ponzi in second. Jake Browder getting ahead of Dave Tilford here in the start. As looking over at GTP, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, same order as they started. So far, the only movement out of the entire field was Jake Browder getting ahead of Dave Tilford, so. Getting back through here, trying to find Kevin Peak back here in the other Corvette, right on the back door of Jimmy Covert. Little Chevy versus Ford action going on. Alright, looking like I need to probably boost the cars just a wee little bit. As let's go back through here, see, looks like whole field kind of spreading out, and you see see if anybody tries to make a little bit of a lunge. Looks like Browder here being the closest out of everybody as they come up to the wall of champions there. It's a nice shot here as they all go by. As we will see, Dominique is right on the tail of Mason within about a half a second there. Showing an accident here out of Daniel Nans. See what happens here. Down into turn 1. Oh, caught a little too much curb. Keeps it off the retaining wall there. Good save by Daniel Nans. Go back live here. And out front, not much has changed. Checking in here, looking like Dave Tilford trying to run down that. But Sahaj Patiar and Powell Casca here going at it. Sahaj looking to get around Powell here. Maybe not. Looks like he was going to peek into the hairpin there, but going to try to take the exit here and see if he can get a good draft down the straightaway. Oh no. A little bit of an issue back here. See what's happened here. Oh, Bramble getting on the brakes. TKOing the back of Jimmy there. John having to slow down. Let's see. Showing. Oh. Jimmy having a little off track here. Looking like he was trying to go for a spot. What happened here? Just gets on him and. Oh, winds up running a little wide. That's what put Jimmy out of place back there in the back. Let's go back here. So Jimmy having to tow to the pits after that. But looking like Dominique Ford the last lap. Setting it a little bit faster, but now Dom is into the pits. Not seeing any issue. Maybe a little counter strategy to get around Mason. Maybe he thinks he can do it in just 2 stops, but he's going to need a little splash. Let's see here. Car does not go up. Looks like he's taking fuel only. I didn't see any damage on that car. Let's see if we can't get something that's not blocked. Oh, yep, that was a little fast repair damage, it looked like. So Dominic Ford back out, and we will see what is going on. I'm gonna go jump back here and see. Oh. Yeah, not quite 100% sure exactly what happened there. But not showing any other incidents here for Dom. So Dom's going to have to make his way back through the field. Nope. Dom did get out ahead of the GT3s. So we have James Pierce here leading your GT3 class with a 2.4 second lead over Tim Ponzi. Go through here, looking like your close battle here is going to be between Sahaj, Powell, and looks like Tilford. All of these guys here within a second. Sounded like Powell may have put that McLaren into the wall there just a little bit. See if we see some scrapes on the side of that paint job. Not seeing anything, so. Doesn't look like it was the 12 of Tilford either. It's like Kevin Peake here trying to close up to the back of Fozzie. See if he's going to take a look. Uh-oh, Jimmy, I just saw Barry said good luck, so YouTube commentator curse maybe? Yeah, it's looking like Kevin kind of holding station behind Fozzie there, not really able to gain a ton of ground. Also, you got Nathan Sides here looking to possibly be looking for Craig Potter's spot there to move up to 9th. Mason Smith into the pits. Oh. Showing a crash from Kevin Peake here. Oh, snaps loose right in front of Craig. Looks like everybody gets around him. Good recovery there. Dang it. So let's see if we can figure out why Mason is coming into the pits here. Mason has no rear wing. How did Mason lose the rear wing? We're going to go back here and... Oh yeah, Mason has no rear wing there. So I'm guessing that Dom at some point may have gotten into the back of Mason? Okay. So iRacing not showing me this is an incident at all. Oh, just a little bit of contact, but then it was way, way worse than what you'd imagine to ejecto-ceto, cause that rear wing. But you see Mason here into 3rd position ahead of Dominique Ford. And then Daniel Nans back here. And Nick Terrell is leading this race. Looks like Nick has a 21-second gap over Mason Smith and 25 seconds over Dom. Dom last lap setting a 125.9. So Dom has the hammer down. So look here, got this little battle right here between these four guys. Closest battle here on track currently. Not seeing a ton of action here tonight other than, you know, just some nose to tail. We're 10 minutes in with another 50 to go. Looking like the track temperature here today is going to be, yep, just had to double check, 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't ask me what it is in Celsius, Parks. You should know better. Alright, 81 degrees outside, so definitely sunny. So these guys are going to be burning up tires a little more than normal. Tilford running the Endurance Light Pack during the day. So what we got going on there with that? Check in here with Tyler Bramble after getting into the back of Jimmy there. Not really seeing a ton of damage on the front end of that Merc. As we see, that is Daniel Nance going around Tyler Bramble there. As Mason is starting to make his way through the GT3 field. That is John Crane he just passed. Right up ahead of him is the 39, showing a little bit of an issue out of the 39 somewhere here. Where is Bramble? Showing Bramble going off track here. Let's see what happens. Does he miss the braking zone? Ooh, just takes a little too much. Takes to the road there. Nothing too crazy. As checking in here, looks like Dave Tilford is getting up to the back of Jake Browder now, wondering if that Corvette might be a little loose, might be burning the tires up a little bit. As our leader Nick Terrell making his way through the GT3 leaders here. So much of this will depend on exactly how and where you get through the GT3s, and for the GT3s, how well you get passed by the GTPs. Oh, Tilford getting a little loose right in front of Powell, and Powell getting him spun around there. David sitting there waiting for everybody to go by as Mason will come by here now. Oh, Dom. There you go. All right, David, you're good. So, looking back through here, see what kind of damage might be on the front of Powell Casca after getting into Tilford there. Not really seeing anything on that McLaren. So checking in with Daniel Nance here. 12 seconds back behind our leader, Nick Terrell. But Mason Smith, Daniel coming into the pits here. So I know in a 13-minute run they have not already consumed an entire tank. Daniel may be getting a little bit of damage fixed on that Acura. Let's go back through here and see. Greg Potter's getting... Okay, so that was Dom going around him, not the 55 of Fozzie there. But you see, after those GTPs came through the field one time, definitely opened up the gap a little bit. Uh-oh. Showing a crash out of Foz here. Oh, Dominic trying to go to the inside. Fozzie opening the door and kind of closing it again. Uh-oh. Oh no. James Pierce here. Oh. A little bit of issue there in the braking zone between Nick and James. Sending James off. Missing the rear wing. Missing the front end. Having to tow to the pits. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of incident review here at the end of this race. Start hollering for Jimmy now. Go ahead, hotter weather here. Up our dashboard here, see what kind of speeds these guys are going. Let me find the O2 here of Nance. Oh, he's right there. So we'll have to catch him when they come back around next time. Looks like the 12 will be a good one to look at here. Of Tilford. See what kinds of, well, Tilford might be in a hurt car. So let's see. The 081 of Nick Terrell is about to go and run down this long back straightaway. See what kind of speeds these GTPs are hitting. There's your 180 miles an hour. Looks like I saw a quick 186 maybe out of Nick. As we pull Mason Smith, let's see. Like a little 182. Then we have Dominique Ford here. Tim Ponzi inheriting the lead after the issues with James Pierce there. James Pierce coming back out, taking his fast repair. Jimmy Covert has been down pit road twice now, apparently. Not quite sure when that was. Let's see. Oh no. Well. Okay, no, that's I was looking at it wrong. He pitted on the lap too, not he is not pitted twice. Dave Tilford coming into the pits and getting his fast repair. So we'll see what that Lambo can do. About 157. Probably getting a little bit of a sniff of draft from Nick Terrell there. We'll have to swap to, well, TV3 there. Looks like Nan's probably having to get some more damage repaired. See Dominique Ford here. So he comes down into turn one. There is, what is that on the spine? Majors 24 or P1. Ah, so it looks like the 212 guys won their split for the Majors 24, it appears. So congratulations to them for that. Mason running that stock caddy paint job. Little thing on the top kind of looking like a cross on the caddy. Jump back here and see. Really not a lot of battles on track. Everybody kind of separated out. Down to 17 cars tonight. You know, being the beginning of summer, I guess. Still got a few guys out, probably on vacation and whatnot. So that is the thing. Looks like Kevin Peake and Craig Potter coming in. Not seeing any. Oh. Looks like they're getting some repairs. So let's see what this wreck is here for. Oh, that was that one. Also showing a accident here. Craig Potter. This might be what's brought them into the pits early. Oh, Mustang gets on the curb. So that's going to definitely hurt that Mustang. New damage model for the Mustang looking pretty decent there. Huh. Although in typical Mustang fashion, you know, it takes a 40-acre field to turn them around. The Tilford back up to 9th overall after his early pits. So it'll be interesting to see if the Lambo can squeak out. Let's see. Well, you've got Ponzi is just about 10 seconds ahead of Jake Browder in second there. So that gives him a little leeway, maybe try to save some fuel and make sure he can one-stop it. Looking like the gap between Mason Smith and Nick Terrell now down to 8 seconds. Dominique Ford a little bit further back than that. Trying to see here. Yeah, I can't quite get them in the same shot there. They're not 8.5 seconds, not quite close enough for that. Yes. Got about 40 minutes or 39 minutes left here. Gonna mute the mic and do a little love to hear it. Enjoy the sounds of these new cars, the Mustang and the Camaro, or not Camaro, the Mustang and the Corvette.
quiet up here in the booth.
Yeah, I was doing a little love to hear it moment, Jimmy. And just when I saw, looks like somebody had to jump to the pits here. Ooh.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it.
That Mustang trying to pull to the crowd on you?
No, just a little frustrated from the start of the race. Other than that, we were all good.
Yeah, definitely. Mustang making some nice sounds. So how is it to actually drive, though? It looks like it's a typical Carl track out there. 120 when I checked it earlier. Let's see. 122 now.
122 at the moment, so it's definitely heating up out there, and it's slick, and unable to adjust traction control to adjust for the slippery conditions, and it's more in the throttle, so unable to use some of the car's functions really does hinder when you can really pick stuff up and be a little safer out there at times. But I mean, it's all right. Like I said, it's just greasy, and you got to be a little patient. And, I think that's anything that you're seeing out there is just kind of, just people trying to hold on for the most part.
Yeah, definitely. So where Barry had wished you luck. About 30 seconds before you had to tow the first time. So you blame Barry.
No, I mean, I got a little bit of practice out there, not a whole lot. I just figured since I had a free night, I'd come out here and run with the boys, and I made a pass, gave some room, and I wasn't given the room back, so kind of pushed me off the track there for the first time, and then went down into the chicane there to 180, and well, somebody met my bumper for a break, so
yeah,
it is what it is.
Has iRacing started to simulate brake failures? Because that's about what that one looked like.
I don't know. It was pretty hard for as deep as I was in the corner, so I'm sure the stewards will have fun with that one. Even though that I was just kind of a spare out there, used my free entry here for tonight to come out and race tonight, just to kind of up the car count and have some fun. And just right at the end there when the car just broke loose on me, I guess I don't know if it's because of the heat or if I was just wearing the tires out too much, but
I was about to say,
the fun ended.
Just watched Dom overcook the braking zone down into the hairpin there. So, and the heat haze on my end is pretty bad when you get those long shots down the straightaway.
Yeah, the heat haze is intense out there for sure. So, but no, it's not too bad, to be honest. Like I said, it was just something I wanted to try here tonight with the boys, and just didn't go my way.
Yeah, looking like Jake Browder just coming into the pits just shy of the 30-minute mark. So, looks like he might be borderline having to maybe do a little bit of fuel saving to make it to the end. Thinking the Mustang would have made it one stop, no problem, or?
I don't know. I just I stopped really caring about fuel when I was just trying to get laps in, and since I had to take the early tow, so just kind of really even. I think a stint was right around 20 laps, or no, 18 laps, I believe. So,
well, it looks like they stretched it out to lap 21 there.
Okay, then my stint number was correct.
So, yeah, look at here. Mason and Dom only separated by... Oh, Dom came into the pit, so yeah, 43 seconds. I was about to say. It was only a few seconds a minute ago. But nay. Did I miss something happen to the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine?
I don't know, possibly.
It's showing he's 36 seconds back behind Dom. And Dom is pitted twice now. I mean, I know Dom's putting in some fast laps, but 20 laps isn't enough to gain 30 seconds. But maybe. And there we go, Mason into the pits now, so. see, 55 seconds for pit lane time for Dom. So be curious to see if Mason can make it out before Dom comes back around. Ooh, that's a nice little shot because you can see Dom coming down the front straight there. We need more tracks where you can have that ability. Yep. Mason getting back out ahead of Dom there. That's a... May have to see if we can't change that pit lane camera to track people not in pit lane. But it looks like GT3 lead is still going to be Tim Ponzi. Yeah, there's a reason he's leading the points. Looking forward. So we get, it's next Sunday is the Drivers' Cup, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, I believe so. I think they're supposed to do a draft and see who wants to get out there and run some fun races and kind of chill and relax. But we will see how that goes. There are a bunch of people signed up or said they were available. So.
Oh, there we go. I see Carl posted the next season's GT3 schedule here.
Yeah, I will not be able to partake in the schedule. I'll be busy in the booth. There's on Wednesday nights or Thursday nights, I should say. Tonight was just kind of a relaxed week. Not really. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
What?
I just went back and watched my replay.
Oh.
After break.
Yeah. Let's see. Looking at our schedule here for this one, we've got where is it? So, yep. Algarve, or Portimao as it's called, will be our final race here for season 7. 2-hour special for that one, so that'll be fun to do. But then, let's see. Gonna change this for next. Where is he? Season 8. There we go. Pull up our season 8 schedule here. Looks like Brands Hatch to Spa, Nürburgring. Oh, just the GP track this time. Mugello, Imola, Hockenheim, Portimao again, Mazzano, Navarre, Motegi. Ooh, that should be a fun little schedule there, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, any schedule with the GT3s, I think they're going straight GT3s next season, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So I'll eliminate some of the anxiety of the GT3 drivers having the LMPHs kind of come up on them. It's definitely a unique race when you have a faster car out there and they go and they try to make a pass. On this course here, there's very limited amounts to pass. Now the LMPHs here do have kind of some straightaways where they can sneak by pretty quickly. So it's not too bad for them here, but definitely have to pay attention to the corners. As far as the GT3s go, you're gonna have to get that run off and probably get a situation where you have to kind of send it in just a little bit in order to get that advantage, and hopefully the person's paying attention and is not just driving the racing line. So I was looking back at my first incident. Matter of fact, it's probably more my fault. As the front, I can see the front of my car sliding a little bit. So I apologize, but that incident kept on going. It was me that was collected, and the driver was able to keep on going. So I just lost a couple of spaces, but attempted a pass right there coming down the front stretch down the turn number 1. So it's definitely a difficult race for these drivers. I'm not seeing, I don't have anything up to kind of see how everybody's spread apart. It looks like everybody is pretty spread out for the most part here, John.
Yeah, I was looking at some of the things are being proposed. So It will be open qualifying for next season. So they'll
Say that again?
have, I said next season, GT3 is going to be open qualifying. So
Yeah, they're
they'll
going to
have
use the that 1 hour practice as far as like an open qualifying. So it's going to be imperative for the drivers to get out there, and the ones that get out there early and have some free track time, it might benefit them more. Or maybe somebody that can catch a draft and put in a little faster time. So it's going to be a little interesting. I don't see no issues with that. Maybe if it speed up things, kind of take about 10 minutes off the clock or the timer there for as far as broadcasting goes, but definitely something to kind of speed up things just a little bit, and we'll see how these drivers do with that, because it is a little bit different. I was out at Watkins Glen today doing some IMSA driving and with the traffic and stuff, and I don't think I had a single lap without traffic. So, but with the course being just GT3s, they won't have that problem next season.
Oh, showing, missed this one a second ago. Crash from Jake Browder in second place here. See what happened to Jake. Oh, he just overcooked the braking zone. So I guess a little slow is enough to trip that for SDK.
Yeah, last thing I had was a crash by Daniel Nans at I don't know when that was. It said 4051, so not too long ago.
I think that one goes a little further back, so this one might be an interesting one to watch. Oh, it kind of loses it. Oh, yeah. Oh! Yeah, that, he's going to have to tow from that one. Yep, Shawnee jumped the pits there. So that has put Tim Ponzi in 4th overall.
Yeah, Tim Ponzi, definitely the man on the move right now, is driving some great laps in that GT3. And putting that Lamborghini out front there, having a good time. So Jake Browder not too far behind, about 10 seconds, but it would take some serious mistakes by Timothy Ponzi at this point. Did they start their pits yet, the GT3s?
GT3s, yes, they have all pitted at least once. So it looks like lap 18 for them. It was around lap 21 for the GTPs. I forget, iRacing counts the top class.
Yeah. I don't know why iRacing does that. I think,
Well, I mean, it makes sense, because...
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's how many laps were completed on the track, but as far as, it's not like that GT3 is getting around as quick.
No, it's looking like about, 10-second per lap advantage for GTP, maybe 11. Yeah, but it's one of those tracks. There's plenty of long straightaways to get around, but then again, you have those complexes like at the end, with turn 1. You can't really, it's not like you can send a GTP just around the outside easy.
Nah, it's very the track's tight, very tight track, technical and whatnot. It is very difficult to get multiple classes out there. So, but Mason doing a good job right now, out to 20-second lead, and Dominic trying to chase him down. But from the show that we got last week, definitely not the same. Where as close as they are, there's still some time left, so you never know what's going to happen in 19 minutes. Whether Mason catches some traffic or Dominic comes up with some unknown speed.
Yeah, looks like a little close there for Dom with that Ford. But yeah, definitely I think judging by the track map, a little wiggle.
Try to push it. I mean, he knows that 18 minutes is a big step. Got over a second a lap to catch a second a minute to be faster than Mason, and that's hard to do. So
Oh yeah, it's one of those things. There's some people you might be able to get a second a lap on, but if you've got a second a lap on Mason, you're doing something right, unless he's got a hurt car. So looking back through the field, looks like the closest battle here on track currently will be Dave Tilford looking to get around the 120 of Nathan Sides.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Tilford had an incident there early on, got loose. So, but he's you should see that number 12 come on in the pits this time by. So, he's looking to. He had to come in and take that unnecessary, not gonna say unnecessary, but he took a fast repair and took some fuel. So, but he'll be able to get in there and get back out. So, we'll see how that 12 manages here for the rest of the race.
You know, there's something weird about seeing a Ford Mustang and a Lamborghini right next to each other on track. Like, the Corvette, yeah, no big deal. You're used to that. The Mercedes, yeah. But the Mustang just seems a little off. As we're looking, the next closest battle here on anywhere near track is going to probably be between Sahaj and Powell, but that's still a 3-second battle away from each other.
Yeah, everybody's kind of spread out right now. I got Potter rolling by Tilford as Tilford's getting ready to come out of the pits right there. He's gonna have his have to battle there with the 616 of Craig Potter. As he's got probably some fresh tires or at least enough fuel to make it the rest of the way. So,
oh yeah, definitely. Oh,
Ford's a little pushy. Ford is definitely the iRacing stock setup.
Oh no,
does push just a little bit tonight.
Showing an accident here out of Mason Smith. What happened?
I don't know. Big one.
Oh, Wall of Champions smacks it, and yeah.
Yeah, he has front right damage. That car.
I'm showing this. Turns into one, and nope. Oh. Spins it out there. Luckily doesn't go across the track like we saw in F1 last week, where a few rejoins from cut track in turn one were a little sketchy. But that has put Dominic Ford into first here. Oh.
Dominic trying to decide which way to go on that Corvette. Definitely a lot. Like I said, there's a lot of closing speed between these two classes, and makes some hard decisions.
Yeah, definitely almost, looking like the Corvette there may have had to put a little Vaseline on that back bumper, because I was sure there was contact made, but it appears that they got away with it. Let me see. The 081 going around the Corvette there. So that is given second place to Nick Terrell. Mason still in the pits. He's got a couple laps over Tim Ponzi, so he might be able to get out in time to retain third overall.
Yeah, I think he wants to get out, at least get back out there. Well, you have Daniel Nans in still, so looks like whether Mason stays in or out, unless something happens to Nick Terrell or Dominic Ford, which can happen. But we do have 14 minutes remaining, so there's always that possibility one of those two GTP drivers will or could mess up. As like I said, it's a tough one. Track's hot. Up to 124 degrees right now, so definitely makes things difficult out there right now.
Oh yeah. Typical handwork sauna for a track.
I mean, I know it gets hot, but it just seems like the norm, about 120 some degrees. And iRacing setups are not
No,
friendly to, like I said, there's no, I guess that's the, I like fixed setups because everybody's got to run the same thing. But there, in some cases, I wish we still had the ability to at least change the in-car adjustments, other than the brake bias. Go ahead and change, or now they have adjustments that you could even make to the wing, but whether it's a traction control or something on the fly, I mean, it can make a world of difference to a driver, and it's part of the skill in driving the car as well. Instead of if I was going out there on a racetrack, if my car feels like a turd, I'm not going to keep driving a turd. So I'm going to go ahead and make adjustments if I can, within limitations as well. But I think that's something, if there's an in-car adjustment, that iRacing should allow the driver to make those adjustments.
absolutely. They, yeah, funny. We're talking about the Mustang. Apparently, that beeping from my phone was a buddy of mine. I just bought him a new 5.0 convertible.
Yeah, my son owns a convertible, and yeah, he has nothing but few choice words for that ragtop. So as they're nice when they're new, but then there's things you have to do, and when you buy a used one, it can be a handful, whether the drains are clogged, or some leaves get down in there, whatever it may be, and you have to replace them, and they're not always the cheapest thing on the car to replace. So a lot of internal damage can happen if you don't keep that water out.
Oh yeah, I definitely had a Porsche 928 with a leaking sunroof. Oof. Old German leather smells great. What old German leather? Doesn't smell as good.
Like, where am I taking my dog?
Ooh, I think it surpassed that point. So, but yeah, looking in here at Powell Kaska running third in GT3. Jake Browder here in second. Yeah, looks like everybody, just looking down through here, everybody has pretty much at least a 10-second gap on everyone else.
Yeah, there's everybody's spread out just a little bit right now there, John, and rightfully so. As like I said, it's a technical track, and you get racing around each other, and the only thing you're going to see is maybe the GTP drivers, the two GTP drivers are out there right now, kind of maybe making some passes. So let's see what kind of situations they can get themselves into. But they separated by quite a bit. So if I'm Dominique, I should be out there, making all the safest choices that I can. And he's down 10 minutes. I guess I've got 10 minutes and a hefty lead now over Nick Terrell. So we'll see, where it goes. Mason's still towing.
Is he still towing, or because he used his fast repair earlier for not having a rear wing?
Yeah, I think he's still in the middle of towing. So
yep, it just bounced out.
Yeah, so tough break for Mason. Changing cars. The Acura got a bop put on it this week, down 2% power. So went from being one of the more dominant cars in the GTP series to leveling it out and back out again. So giving the other GTP cars some love, but Ponzi still just making the bank here with what he's got. Nice lead over Jake Browder, and then Powell Kaska. Sahaj Patty RB kind of quiet, but sitting in Pete number 4.
I still don't see how they drive that Lambo with that huge screen just hanging down halfway in your vision.
Yeah, it's probably the one reason I don't drive the Lamborghini. Not that I don't like it, just when I'm sitting in my cockpit, that it's just kind of a hindrance. It's almost like, well, even the BMW and the Ford have the big visors, or the big sunscreen visors,
Yeah,
limiting your vertical view. So it takes a little bit getting used to, and after you start racing with it, you just kind of you don't see it too much. But and then I've done everything I could to try to make it transparent so I could see more. But
Yeah,
that
there's no alpha
Lamborghini with
channel
the,
hit trick
yeah,
for the GT3 or the Mustang window banner already checked with Parks.
yeah, the way that I sit in the Lamborghini, it's not. I guess to say it's not horrendous. The way that I sit, because that big screen is over to my right, um, and it's right on the split of my triples and kind of off to the right a little bit. So not much of that area that I'm really staring at, except when I'm trying to hit an apex. So which can be bothersome, but it's not too bad, I guess. You just gotta be sitting in the car the right way. So I'm sure with your giant screens, you got a little
it's
more vertical range.
it's still
Probably
giant. It still takes up
it takes up half,
like
like a quarter of my 32 inch.
what it feels like is if I took a 10-inch tablet and just kind of held it up in my right hand. That's what it's blocking out.
Yeah, almost like if you have to make sure you're sitting low enough so you can see underneath it just a little bit, so you can see what's behind it, so it doesn't totally block your view. It almost
Pretty
reminds
much.
me of the LMP3, as you sit in the right-hand side of the car, and they have some of the biggest apex pillars I think in the game, and I've tend to since I don't show the steering wheel in any of the cars anymore, I just move my camera away to the left and then deal with the windshield wiper blade in my view instead of that big old apex. So, I mean, there's little things like that you can do. Maybe not realistic, but definitely makes it a little easier to drive if you're running that LMP3. But even the Formula cars, you
963, the A pillars are pretty chunky too. I noticed that.
yeah, a lot of the GTP cars have some pretty big A pillars that enclose them into like a capsule. So, and I mean, sure, it's for safety reasons as far as real life goes. And I mean, that's all they're doing is they're taking the car and scanning it. It's not like iRacing purposely made those apex pillars that big. That's the way those cars are in real life. And maybe it's a little bit different when you're in the car and you got your seat customized to you, and you move yourself. You can move yourself around to. And I'm sure those drivers have plenty of hours in those cars. So
It definitely looks like the Corvette has the much better windscreen to look out of, minus whatever that little lattice-like structure is. I don't know if they made the windshield in multiple pieces and taped it together, or what exactly is going on with that. I don't know. McLaren, you got a nice view. I mean, sure,
yeah,
the dash
always.
is 20 years old, but
Yeah, Corvette's nice. As far as like I said, they just have that kind of center, like you said, those center lines there. But they're not too much of a hassle. They're easy to kind of blank out.
yeah, the Mercedes was always pretty good about it as well.
McLaren was always a nice car to drive.
Sorry, a wreck here out of John Crane. What happened here? Ooh. Overcooking the hairpin a bit. Alright. So looking back through the field, looks like the closest battle here on track is going to be between Nathan Sides and Fozzie Fazillo. Hopefully I didn't butcher that too bad. You can see they're at least within where they can see each other. So we have 4 minutes left to go. Dominique with a 1 minute lead over Nick Terrell there.
Yeah, he's on cruise control now. It's all he needs to do is be safe and bring that thing to the end, and He'll get himself another win and put his self a little bit closer to that end here. I think they don't have many races left
What?
for
One
the
more?
season, don't they? One more, right?
Yep. Yep. Next week will be what do you call it? The Portimao or Algarve, the 2-hour one from that.
2-hour event should be a fun one here, that's for sure. Let's see, as far as GT Series standings go. Yeah, Dominic Ford was up on top just by a few coming into this race.
Yeah, it's not going to do any favors for Mason there in that battle after tonight.
Now, it's gonna move probably move Nick Terrell up, back up in a second. But David's gonna increase his lead there, and then see Tim Ponzi's already out with a nice lead over Jake Browder, and Jake, they're still in that same spot. Tilford had a pretty good run going. Like I said, he kind of got loose. Currently sitting back there in P number 7, so that's not gonna help Dave in the gold running. Kevin Peak out there in P number 8, leading over Nathan Sides, but Nathan Sides out front by 2 spots, so could close that run in for those 2 drivers as well. Bronze, Tyler Bramble.
Looks like he's going to be losing a little bit of that lead.
Yeah, he'll fall back just a little bit. Because Tim Thompson, well, not really, because Tim Thompson's not here tonight for bronze.
No.
Yeah, so
John Crane
will
is.
be up. John Crane will be able to make up a few points.
And next week, since it's 2 hours, will be double points as well, if memory serves correct.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
And it looks like just over a minute left here. See where Dominique is here on track. So if he's here, guessing where he at? About 2 laps left. Still showing you sitting in the pits, Jimmy.
Yep. Mine.
Along with Tyler Bramble. Mason no longer sitting in the pits, and James Pierce as well, also not in the pits. Daniel Nance is... He made it back out on track after his repair there. Let's see, what else do we have here?
Jake Browder had to come back out. I don't know how old that is, though.
Looking like Nathan has managed to close down that gap to Fozzie down to 1.6. So he might just have enough time, depending on where Dom is, to maybe get a move made.
It's one thing to catch up to somebody. It's another thing to pass. So it'd really be on Nathan to extend it in there on Fozzie.
Let's see. Not seeing any flags flying.
I have white flag in here.
Oh yeah, you got the little the lights and everything.
Yeah, they're fun. Adds a lot of
immersion, as Chris would say.
Immersion, without having these overlays on the screens anymore. So I'm hoping that my lap counter will show up tomorrow. So.
And that is Fozzie having to go into the pits there. Guessing he was going to run out of fuel, was not planning on doing that last lap. That should be, yep, Dominique Ford finishing the race. Looks like your last one to finish is going to wind up being Dave Tilford. So Dave will pick up the position from Fozzie there. Let's see. As it's shown, Fozzie, yep, he finished as he went across the line there.
I just think if you go into pits and you don't even cross the start-finish line, you're like a stall or two away.
That's one of those cases that Fozzie may have been better off just slowing down to let Dom pass him. He may have
Maybe.
managed to keep the. I don't. He wouldn't keep him. Yeah, he would not have kept the spot from Nathan, but he probably would have kept it from Dave Tilford there.
Yeah, my official race I did today at Watkins Glen, I was leading in the coming through the final turns of the on Watkins Glen, and the leader was right on the overall leader was right on my bumper, and I knew he was on. I just pulled off to the side, and I had a big enough lead I could just let him go, and he crossed the line, and I finished. So I didn't have to do an extra lap. If I would have just stayed on the gas, I would have been the only LMP2 on the lead lap with the LMPHs for that little 30-minute fixed race or whatever they got going on for IMSA. But
Looks like
a lot of
Side's
fun.
gonna lock down that top
Yeah, a
five
lot of fun
there.
even here with all these guys, and these guys did a good job tonight on a tricky track. A few incidents here and there, and I'm sure some that others didn't want, but overall, a good race. It is in the books, and off to the next week.
Yep, that's what we'll have. Let's see if we can't pull up. Let's see, that should be, if that was David finishing, that should be everybody. Results here. Let's pull up GTP first here. Dominic Ford taking the win. Nick Terrell in second. Daniel Nans in third. And Mason Smith down in fourth after having to get some repairs in tow. Let's see, pulling up GT3s. Looks like your winner will be Tim Ponzi, 27 seconds ahead of second place Jake Browder. Powell Casca a little bit further back from that in third. Then Sahaj Patiar in fourth. Nathan Sides in fifth. Dave Tilford in sixth. Fozzie Fazillo in seventh. Kevin Peake in eighth. Craig Potter in ninth. John Crane in 10th. Tyler Bramble in 11th. Jimmy Ewer 12th. And James Pierce in 13th. So let's queue up. Let's see. Powell here. We'll do this. Come on. There we go. Quarter speed. Pull up race here. There we go. And see, where is Powell? Pull him into the booth here. Powell, this is Jimmy and John in the booth. You get a copy.
I copy.
So managed to squeeze out third tonight over your teammate James. Looks like he didn't manage to finish this one.
Yeah, it was unfortunate from what I was hearing on him. But he got taken out.
So
It is now.
how was the McLaren on that hot track?
Terrible. After the chicane, you can't. It's tough to go full throttle, unless if you do go full throttle, you can't really turn the car as much. It's yeah, it's not the best.
Well, congratulations on the podium tonight. You looking forward to Portimao next week?
I am. I've never driven the track, so we'll see.
Well, you'll get 2 hours worth of racing on it, so.
Enough time to get up to speed.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you should be full speed by the end. That's for sure.
Yep.
Well, all right. Well, congratulations, pal. Anybody you want to give a shout out to on that 221 machine?
I do want to give an apology to David. I did take him out a little bit. And shout out to
I'm in danger.
shout out to 2 on 2 and to everyone that races.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. And hopefully we will catch you next week.
Sounds good.
Drop him in there. And then let's see. That's going to be Jake Browder. We'll pull him up in here. Jake, this is John and Jimmy in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, going all right. Yeah, looks like you pretty much kept your nose clean for the most part tonight. That track temp play a little bit of havoc with the new Corvette.
Yeah, the Corvette was a dog around here. I regret running it. But yeah, I had to take tires in the pits. I did not trust his car.
Yeah, 120-degree track temp, definitely kind of be a little greasy. So,
Yeah, definitely. I'm
well,
exhausted, man.
I can understand that. I tried running Gen 4 Cup cars here one time, and that was a nightmare.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But so you looking forward to Portimao next week?
I'm not going to be running Portimao. I will be starting in another league, North American Racing League, and we're racing at Spa. Unfortunately, it's on Thursdays, but I'm hoping I might have secured P2 with David's incident. We'll see.
Well, David is the points master, so we'll have to see what he posts up here after a bit.
That's what I'm hoping for anyway. I'm hoping for a secured P2. That was the goal.
Well, if you did make it, well, if not, it'll be P3. So there are worse things that could happen. But we appreciate you running with us this season. Anybody you want to give a shout out to on that machine before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to my teammate Kevin, and thanks for the awesome livery he made.
All right. Well, I pulled that up there. Oh yeah, the orange Julius. That was a nice little touch from Dairy Queen there.
You guys like that?
Yeah, it's one of those things you don't see the orange Julius down here in the South, but you do. Everybody loves a good blizzard.
Of course they do. How could you not? You're crazy if you don't.
Well, again, congratulations, and hopefully we might catch you in the next season.
Yes, sir. You definitely will.
All right.
All right, man.
So, and that is second place, Jake Browder, and now we'll pull in Tim Ponzi. If I can find Tim Ponzi, where is Tim? There we go. Tim, this is John in the booth. You got a copy?
Got a copy.
So I want to say that you had to work for it, but man, after James kind of crashed out, you kind of just made it look easy.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that. It's a tough track. I just downloaded it this week and didn't get much practice on it. But I didn't really do much fuel saving the first stint, and I think James probably had a couple tenths on me as far as pace goes. So I wasn't, really concerned with James. I had one guy I needed to beat, and that's what I was concentrating on. So, and then the second stint, I just fuel stayed. I ended up with another lap and a half of fuel left at the end of the race. So it worked out pretty good.
Well, it sounds like Jake is going to miss next week, so looks like you that might have secured the thing. I'll have to check with David. It might be double points next week, so 2 hours of Portimao. You looking forward to it?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's all good. Yeah, looking forward. Like I said, I'm gonna probably take the summer off. It'll be nice to go back to back before the summer. Looking forward to it. I want that T-shirt. I want that mug. I need some more merchandise out there.
Yeah, the glass is definitely a nice little touch. So,
yeah.
Well, again, congratulations. Anybody you want to give a shout out to on that 46 machine before we let you go celebrate?
Yeah, Vigsy Motorsports. It looks like we're dwindling in numbers with the better weather, but that's all right. We'll be back come fall. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to my brother Ken, just came in, Ken and Doug from Florida, and of course, always to the wife.
Well, we appreciate it, and hopefully we'll catch you when you get back.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
We'll see you. And that was our GT3 winner, Tim Ponzi. So now we are going to pull in. Let's see. Do I see Daniel? I do not see Daniel in the thing. So we will pull in Nick here. Nick, this is John in the booth. You get a copy?
Yes, sir. I do.
So, we saw you out there. Looks like Mason and Dom were kind of just running away from you there. But, saw the track temps got up to, 122, 123 at one point. Was the kind of car kind of just all over the place on that track?
I had messed up and forgot to go back and reload the setup. So I was stuck in attack mode early the whole time. So decent bit of straightaways there. So I saw that early and I was crap. So I'm just have to case, do like really long braking and try to keep battery reserve. And it was just set to be like a race just to see where it ended up finishing. And then they had their issues, and for a bit I got to lead, and I was like, oh, well, maybe see how this ends up. And then I got a speeding penalty coming in for my first pit stop, so I got to sit there for 40 seconds and
Okay,
think
well
about
that
my
explains.
foolishness.
I was trying to figure out how Dom pitted twice or 3 times for your 2, and I was like, I know Dom's quicker, but not that much quicker. So that explains it.
Yeah. I didn't do any pit practice before, and I was trying to remember as I was coming in the braking zone, like, where is the yellow? Oh, there's the yellow cone. As I'm like locking the brakes up, and I look up, I'm still doing like 15 miles an hour over, and I was like, well, no matter how fast I was slowing down at that point, I'm still gonna get black flag, and there it is. So yeah, I just got to sit there, and I was like, well, there's only 4 cars, so pretty much a decent chance at a podium regardless of what might go on. So I was like, I'll just finish the race out and just try to keep it clean.
Yeah, definitely with summer starting, the numbers dwindling. But so next week from Portimao, are you looking forward to it, or?
Just see how the season ends up, I guess. But I think a lot of stuff's already decided at this point, so it's just a matter of closing it out and trying to be the cleanest GTP out there for the season.
Well, there's double points on offer, so hopefully you can maybe make up a little bit with a good performance. But 2 hours, so definitely get ready to be in the rig for a little while.
Yeah, there were some shenanigans looked like tonight, and we'll maybe see how it's all mixed up for next week and stuff, and see how we can close it out for the season. Looking forward to it.
All right. Well, anybody want to give a shout out to on that 081 Mystery Machine before we let you go?
No, you all as always for putting the league on. I know it's no easy endeavor to deal with everything and schedule it and broadcast it, all the post race scoring and et cetera, and the better half in the house here, friends around that also participate in iRacing, just to be able to bounce things off of them and just camaraderie and everything. It's just good to be out there with some like-minded folks.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll catch you again in the podium next week.
I'm hoping so. You have a good night.
Me too. All right. We're going to pull Dominique Ford in here. Dom, this is John in the booth. You got a copy?
How's it going?
So, running down Mason there, saw you having to pit early from that little bit of damage. It didn't look like that contact with Mason was hard enough to ejecto seat the rear wing, but definitely saw his rear wing go flying.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. I'm really sorry about that.
Because I was wondering, we'll have to take a look at that in post and see if what exactly was going on, but after that, it looks like you were slowly trying to run him down, but looking like the big difference may have been traffic just trying to get through the GT3s. Does that sound like what was going on, or was Mason just that much quicker?
Actually, I thought I had the pace on Mason today. I was constantly running him down. I know at Road Atlanta, he had the pace on me, but I felt like I had the pace over him today. I was trying to get by, and this place is so hard to pass. So hard to pass. And yeah, like you said, that incident earlier, he swung to the left, and I thought he was gonna stay left, so I braked a bit later, and then he swung back over to the right, and I was already on the brakes as much as I could have been, and I rear-ended him. I like you said, I thought that incident that I had with him wasn't hard enough to cause his rear wing to fly off. But I guess it was, and iRacing thought that that needed to happen. So his rear wing flew off. I tried telling him, your rear wing is off, your wing is off. So I pit in, got my nose repaired. It was about 30 seconds of repairs. Set me back pretty far, and I was just trying to drive back through the field. I'm trying to avoid as many incidents.
Yeah, but coming home with the win tonight, you looking forward to Portimao next week? 2 hours?
2 hours. That's it's gonna be rough. That track is already a hard track on endurance as it is. It's a good track to drive, but racing there for long periods of time, you can get fatigue, and the strength of your wheels. If you got a strong wheelbase, that can make your arms a little sore depending on you know who you are and what you got. But I'm excited for next week. Hopefully that can encourage some more good racing. It's a new track people are going to be new to. So I'm excited to see what Portimao has in store.
Well, all right. Well, anybody want to give a shout out to on that 91 machine before we let you go celebrate the win?
Like always, I say shout out to you on the broadcast. I know it sounds like you're up here alone with yourself today.
Jimmy
I'm
dropped in
excited.
for a little while.
Oh, okay, cool. But it was fun going back and watching the last one and hearing you guys commentate on the end of that race, and even once Jimmy joined in his commentation. So excited to see how this race ended up. I know me and Mason and a few other drivers, we had some interesting events happen in our race. So that'll be cool to go see back. And shout out to Mason as well, like always. He tries his hardest out here. And it's always clean racing with him. And shout out to the whole field again. Today I felt like was a lot cleaner racing in terms of IMSA. I know we have a bit of a smaller field today, but I still thought we were all really clean racing out there on such a challenging track at that. So yeah, just really excited and hoping for good things to come next week.
Well, all right. Again, congratulations, and hopefully we will catch you next week.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right. All right. So that was Circut Gilles Villeneuve for our GT series here. Pull up our results one more time here. I'm not going to go through them, but stick them here on the screen for a little bit. There's your GT3 field, and there will be your GTPs. But from everybody here at CRN, keep the shiny side up, rubber side down, and we will catch you next week.
Are you ready to take your live events to the next level? Look no further than Pulse Studio, your one-stop destination for cutting-edge design solutions. Their expert team of designers specialize in crafting beautiful 3D renderings, animations, and content creation for the live events industry that will captivate your audience and bring your vision to life. Pulse Studio also has you covered for interactive guest experiences, anything from touchscreen content to immersing guests in unforgettable virtual or augmented reality experiences, guaranteed to leave a lasting impression. From concept to execution, Pulse Studio is here to elevate your events to extraordinary heights. Contact them today by visiting www.pulsestudio.com and bring your dreams to reality.